Hey guys, this is Coach Rowe. Just coming today, a little intro to this video. I'm going to show you some young ladies shooting. These are here a pair of sisters that we had in, I believe, on Friday night. Actually late on Friday night. I think they didn't start their workout until 8 o'clock. They went from 8 to 9. They wanted to work on their shot. One of the things that we had noticed was a elaborate thumb flick on both of their non-shooting hands. One of the fundamentals we want to teach when we're teaching shooting is we want to teach to try to hold that offhand, the fingers as motionless as possible. But then we have some of our younger, I shouldn't say younger, with some of our players, we even have them touch the wrist to try to get that motion of always following that shot and having both hands go to the basket. We're going to get a lot of kickback from that statement right there, because a lot of guys are going to say, well, hey, you watch Steph or you watch, LeBron, they drop their hand automatically. After you have made, hundreds of thousands of shots, and I say this all the time, after you've made hundreds of thousands of shots, and after you have, somebody's paying you, millions of dollars to shoot a basketball, you can shoot a basketball however you want. Until that point, I think there should be some basic fundamentals that we try to adapt to each player. Now, there are players that we will have that we use a thumb flick and use that big. When I say a thumb flick, I mean as that ball comes, they move their thumb a lot and they push to the ball, and that's not a bad thing for some players. For these two young ladies, that thumb flick was leading to them opening up their hand to the basket and waving at the basket, and we don't really want them to wave at the basket. I always make a little joke: don't wave at the basket or don't wave at the cheerleaders; they're not going to wave back. Things like that. Try to keep things light and confident and positive, and that kind of reinforces at the same time what they're feeling. And so it's a corrective statement, but it's a positive corrective statement, which is something we want to make sure we're using with them. We want them to know that, this is the wrong way to do it or the incorrect way to do it. But this is, and there's a better way to do it. And if we give them little key phrases that are funny or kind of upbeat or kind of personality filled, then they have a tendency to remember those a little bit better. So what we do is we encourage them that way. And so in this video that you're going to see, what we had done is we normally have these little poker chips, and we put poker chips between their thumb and their hand, and they hold the poker chip. This night, my expertise, I had dropped the whole bag of poker chips somewhere out in the parking lot. So I did not have them with me. I found them on my way back out to the car, even though I had searched in the dark for them before that. Just a fault of my own. So we used a key. I had an extra key inside a bag. We used a key and put that between this part and this little web part of the thumb, and had them push this thumb up and hold that key. And if they dropped the key on the shot, then that means they were using their thumb and the key would fall out. They hold that key, they're going to stop using that thumb as much and stop opening that hand up and start touching that wrist, which is something that these two young ladies struggled with a little bit. Once they started getting that, we started adding the other fundamentals or reinforcing the other fundamentals to the shot. This is just is something that we do for probably about 3 to 4 minutes is work on, what we call the lever drill, which is right there in front of the basket. And the lever drill is basically the ball's in front of you, you twist your wrist. Now we're lined up. We're shooting the ball. We go one-hand lever drills to two-hand lever drills. We call them the lever drill. That's kind of like, I know a lot of people call it form shooting. We call it the lever drill because I say this is like a machine. This is a lever. So this is the lever, the machine that's making the ball go up. The power of that lever comes from your legs. And so that right there is just some keywords that we try to use in some creative ways. We try to put things in order to help the players understand better, visualize a little bit better, and maybe be able to remember it a little bit better. So check out the little videos of these girls working through this, and they do a terrific job. And I'd love to have some players model things, and these two did a great job, and this is something that they needed to work on some, and something that hopefully builds on for their shots and helps them become better shooters, and maybe you guys can use it too. We appreciate your time. This is Coach Rowe. Keep shooting. Better. Nice. That's so much better, Lex. Good. Now you gotta make your fingers wide on that shooting hand. Make your fingers wide on that shooting hand. Let's put it all together, ladies. Nice. There you go. Good. Nice. There you go.